Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing some plant chores. I do need to plant or repot some of my alocasias into semi-hydro. I've been doing this for a while and I feel like it actually, the plants like it so much better because some of my alocasias, when I have it in just regular soil, they just don't do very well. They don't produce a lot of leaves and they're not really sizing up the way I want them to be. But then once I basically transfer them to semi-hydro, they're loving it. I get to basically water less just because I have like a 2-cup system, so I always have like a reservoir of fertilizer or fertilized water at the bottom, and that kind of gives them like enough moisture and also enough nutrients for them to basically size up and grow bigger. So I want to do some of that, and I do need to kind of put up more grow lights around the house just because it's winter. Some corners of my house just doesn't get enough light, and I can see that the plants are kind of not looking their best. So I have bought a few like those clamp-on lights, so I gotta basically put that on. But yeah, let's go ahead and just start the repotting. So I also want to kind of repot and clean up this alocasia fried egg right here. This is actually one of my favorite. It was looking a lot better during spring and summer, but then when it got cold, I think it got attacked by spider mites, so then it lost a few of its leaves, and I can see spider mites still on the leaf right here. I treated it a few times already, but I think I want to just kind of really repot everything just in case if there's any more spider mites in the soil. And hopefully that can kind of just combat the spider mites and then freshen up its nutrients. But yeah, so I was talking about semi-hydro earlier. This is pretty much what I do. I have it in clear cups, and then in here is actually perlite. No, yeah, in here is actually pumice with a little bit of moss on the top to kind of give it more humidity. But it's kind of looking really janky and dirty, so I'm gonna go ahead and just, freshen up this batch. But pretty much, I just have it in either pumice or perlite with a little bit of charcoal, and I have it in a double cup system. So I poke holes at the bottom of the first cup, and then basically I just layer over a cup that doesn't have holes, and I will always basically I fill the water level up to maybe just about here with fertilized water, and then it will basically soak up to the roots. So this actually helps me not having to maintain them and water them as often. And I have been doing the system for a lot of my plants, and they actually do really well. But don't judge this one. this one basically needs a little help. But I had another fried egg that I sold that basically had like 5 ginormous leaves in the same system. So yeah, this guy just needs a refresher, I feel, and then it will bounce back, I would say, come spring or summer. It has been getting a lot colder here in my cabinet, and then we don't really turn on the central air in our house, so I'm pretty sure some of my plants are maybe just going into dormant. But I want to repot this guy just because I feel like if I don't, it is not going to survive winter. But yeah, this is another one that's in semi-hydro. This is my Alocasia dragon scale, and it is putting out a humongous new leaf right here. So I cannot wait for this guy to basically unfurl and see how big this new leaf is gonna be. But yeah, there's so much roots in here. Yeah, there's so much roots in here. If you do see a lot of green, it's literally just algae. It doesn't harm the plants. It might not look pleasing, but the plants love it, so I'm just gonna leave them. So right here I have an Alocasia Bambino. It did get attacked by, I think, thrips, but it hasn't been doing well. It hasn't been really growing new leaves, and it definitely hasn't been sizing up. And I've been having it just in regular aeroid mix or potting soil my own potting soil that I mix up. So I want to basically try to do the semi-hydro and see how it does. I see little spider webs right here. I think it has spider mites on it. Yep, I see a spider mite climbing. So definitely another one that I need to repot. And then I'm also going to repot this pink dragon. Yeah, this guy also hasn't been doing anything. It gave me this one leaf and literally it stopped growing for maybe like 4 months. So gonna go ahead and repot this guy also in semi-hydro, and we'll see how it does. So first I'm just gonna go ahead and just dump out all the soil and just kind of check on the roots. I'm not gonna keep the soil just because I just saw a spider mite on this plant, and I don't want it to reuse the soil and basically, you know, get back the spider mites. But yeah, you see this guy just barely has any roots. That's probably why it's suffering. Yeah, barely has any roots. So yeah, usually after I take him out of the pot, I check the root system, and then I will actually take it to the sink, and I'm gonna hose this down, or hose this plant down real well, and try to just knock off all the spider mites before I pot it up in its new pot. I'm just gonna try and really get rid of all the soil the best I can. Okay. And then the next one is the pink dragon. I didn't see any spider mites on this plant, but to be safe, I'm just gonna dump its soil. But yeah, see, not much roots. And usually this is the time that, you know, if I see any dead roots, or like any of these extra, I think these are called sheaths, I don't know. But I will try to get rid of any like extra dead material. So then if, just in case if there's bugs hiding behind these guys, I try to wash it off as best as I can and get rid of everything before I repot it. And then the last one is the fried egg. Oh, this sucker right here. Gotta get rid of everything. But yeah, this guy actually has some nice roots on it. And I see one and I don't want to break it right here. There it is. Try to be gentle. Nothing. Okay, so the roots are not too bad, but definitely not as much as I was hoping it would have. Oh look, there's a little corn right here. Okay, so definitely need to be careful with that. And I think, what is this? Oh, nothing. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead, go to the sink, and I'm gonna rinse off these plants real well, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have washed all 3 of the plants very thoroughly, trying to get, you know, any leftover bugs off of it, and also just any leftover soil. So let's go ahead and pot it up. Let's go into the fried egg first. So, like I said, I want to do a semi-hydro for all 3. So this is just really big chunky perlite with a little bit of charcoal. I think this is like size 3 perlite, and which I am in love with these guys. I hate the perlite that you buy at like Home Depot. They are so freaking tiny. So size 3. I think I got it at a hydroponic store somewhere. But yeah, I love these perlite. So we're gonna get a nice new cup here with holes already put in it, and let's just start filling it up. Yeah, maybe about right there. Yeah, I really love to use clear containers just because I get to see how the root growth is on my plants, and like also like the water level on my plants. And also these are super inexpensive. I got these cups at like 99-cent store for like $2.99 for 50 of them? No. $2.99 for 40 cups. So, and then I do sometimes, you know, well, I do give away a lot of plants, and also I sell my plants. So then these are very inexpensive like containers to hold the plants when I give away or when I sell it. Okay, maybe I'll lift it up just a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. I kind of just shake the cup a little bit just to kind of get any air pockets out. Maybe I'll put a little stake and maybe lift this leaf up a bit, but for sure this leaf is probably going to die off during this winter. But I'm not too worried about it. I know that this plant will definitely bounce back. The root system was pretty healthy. Okay, so that's the first one. And then, like I said, after this, I always have a second cup with no holes. Oops. That's the catch pot. The reason why I like to do a double, like double cups or double pot, if you want to say, one with hole, one without, is like I said, I could basically create a water reservoir for the plant. Or if I feel like I need to flush out everything in the pot, I could just take the bottom off and then still rinse off everything and let the water flow all the way through, so then inside can get a good rinse and all the impurities will kind of flow out before I add my new water in. Okay, so that's that one. A little Alocasia fry deck. And then next is the Bambino. But yeah, I'm sad that this guy lost all the variegation, or not even variegation, but just like the coloration of the leaves, just because it was just not happy where it was at. So hopefully it'll get happier. Yeah, usually I kind of tend to like to get the roots maybe against the wall of the cup, just so I can keep an eye on the roots, make sure they're not rotting, and if any new growth shows, I'll be able to see it. I think in this mix I put too much charcoal with perlite, so I gotta add more charcoal. I'm sorry, I need to add more perlite in this mix to kind of even it out a little bit. I'm trying to scoop more perlite than charcoal right now. That's not bad. Alright, so that's it for my little Bambino. And also put it in a catch cup. And then the last plant is my pink dragon. Alright. Alright, so I have all three of these alocasias potted up. The next thing I do is I will take it to the sink and I will actually rinse all three of this pot and basically get all the dust off and try to kind of flush everything out before I put the catch cup back in or back on and fill it to, I would say, here with I usually use spring water or distilled water with fertilizer. You know what, I'm gonna show you guys another plant and show you why I prefer this method over soil. So let me go get it. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. This is my Alocasia Frydek mother plant. This is where I got this corm or this plant, and then also a few other plants that I sold was from this guy. So I actually only repotted this once. And then of course it was from soil back into soil, and this is exactly what happened. I lose all the leaves and then all I'm left with is a stump. So yeah, I'm gonna, you know what? Let's go ahead and repot this guy since I'm already out here. And I'm guessing I'm probably gonna get a lot of corms from this. I'm hoping. Where is my dirt tub? There it is. Alright. So I know she's kind of been in this pot for a long time, so I don't think... Do I want to reuse this soil? I think I will reuse this soil because I know that she didn't have any pests. And she's been in my grow tub forever. So this is actually my potting mix tub. I already have it pre-mixed, and then that's why, and this is pretty much make it easier for me when I repot. I don't have to keep mixing soil. But let's go and see what's inside. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, so we have one little baby plant right here. So it has very little roots, but it is trying to grow new roots already. So I'm gonna go ahead and pot this guy up with the pumice and see how it does. But great little variegation on this little fried egg. Okay. Yes, and they've been in this tub forever, and this is all the roots that he had. And then my mother plant, oh my gosh, I don't think she even has any roots. That's probably why. Oh my gosh, she has no roots. Maybe I shouldn't reuse the soil, because I know that when I potted her up, she had roots, so they probably all, yeah, they all rotted away. Okay, so I know that this is one of my older soil mixes, and I think it's just not chunky enough, so then yeah, it did not do well. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna recycle this, but in another tub, not in the brand new soil. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is my mother plant, or my mother stump. Oh shoot. Yeah, she was rotting in that pot. Oh gosh. Okay, everything feels really firm minus the little piece on the very bottom. So, and then there's a little baby corn right here. So I'm pretty sure she will bounce back. I just gotta give her into a better situation. My goodness. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go clean these two guys up, and then we'll pot them up. All right, I am losing a lot of sunlight over here. So I was about to come back and show you guys this after I washed the plants. I knocked over my tub of perlites, so then I had to clean that up, and now it's getting pretty damn dark. So, but yeah, this is what I had left from that pot right there. It's just this little, is it focusing? There you go. This is the mother plant, or mother stump, and it has one healthy root on it and also a little baby corm right there. And then this was, I guess, a corm that came from the mother plant that was also in the same tub. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pot these two guys up individually, and hopefully they'll be happy in their new home. Oh. Okay, put it right there. Let's do the mother plant first. Okay. Like right there, I want it. I think maybe next time I'll have the camera on this side so you guys can actually see without my freaking hand blocking what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just checking where the root is at, because like I said, I want to see the root and basically see how it's doing. That's the process. Just going to bury it all the way to the top. pockets. So for the mother plant, I think I might also put some damp moss on top of this to give it kind of like extra humidity, and hopefully maybe more roots will kind of form out right here. Okay, so that's that one. So I did just realize this this plant is just too small for this big cup, so I'm gonna switch it to something smaller. Same concept, 2 cups, 1 with holes. So let's go and dump all this back out. Oy. And okay, I think he'll be so much happier in this smaller pot. Alright, and this is the catch pot. Alright, so I'm going to take these pots to the sink, the kitchen sink, and I want to give them a really good rinse. Alright guys, so I have rinsed all the plants underneath the sink. I didn't want to film that because my sink is actually dirty. So, but yeah, I took off, well, yeah, I took off the catch pot, and then I basically ran it under warm water so it gets all the pumice dust, and then you just kind of like any little speckle pumice out from the bottom, so then you just kind of left with clear, nice clean pumice. So after that, I want to fill this up with spring water, and then I put Super Thrive in my spring water. I don't know how much, but just follow directions, but that's what I use to fertilize my plants. Let me just use this one then. So maybe you guys can see how much water I put in. There we go. So you see the water lines right there? So I know that this plant doesn't really have any roots, and I think the root probably stops right there. So I think I want to fill it up a little bit more just so it could kind of get to the roots. But as the plant, you know, get more roots, and then as the roots get lower, you wouldn't have to put as much water. But I'm just gonna put a little bit more for this guy. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, I think that should be okay. So then there's that one. Same thing for the pink dragon. Okay. Yeah, and right now I feel like I don't have to put that much water because I did rinse off all the pumice, so they already absorbed some water in them already. So it's gonna be pretty humid in here, and hopefully that's gonna help promote more root growth, and also just kind of hydrate the plant a little bit more. And then the last one is the little fried egg. Cute little fried egg right here. Okay, I think that's good enough. So I think for all the fried eggs, I'm actually going to put some sphagnum moss on top, especially for the mother stump. So yeah, because there's a possibility, oh, let's get it to focus. Because there is a possibility that more roots are gonna grow out from right here. So I do want this area to be, I want the area to have moisture to help promote more root growth. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of sphagnum moss on top, leaving the tip of the mother plant still exposed, so then the leaves can come out. So this is just already pre-wet sphagnum moss with a little bit of regular size perlite. Okay, I think that's good. My battery's about to die, so I'm trying to finish this before it does. All right, and then the last one is the little baby one. All right, that's it. Okay. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the 3 fried eggs into the propagation bin where it's gonna have like 100% humidity, and then the other 2 alocasia. Sorry, my battery actually died earlier, but this is where they're gonna stay. My 3 alocasia fried eggs. It's gonna be staying in my prop tub here, so it's gonna get the most humidity because anything that goes into this tub literally survives. It is like magic. But yeah, this is a little preview of one of my prop tubs. And then I have a red Anderson that I cut up. So then I wanted to kind of grow it out, and I had it in this tub, and it gave me 2 new beautiful leaves. And I think I have another cut, I think in my other tub. But here is my Addisonii tricolor. And then I just have a variegated Peru, but a lot of it kind of seriously reverted, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing with that. I have my Anthurium lemon lime right here. I also cut up, try to get more props from it, just because it was outgrowing my cabinet and it was hitting the roof, so it started to get deformed. So I chopped her up, and then growing some node cuttings over there for my Mame Ploumani, and I think maybe Mame Silver in there somewhere. But yeah, this is one of my prop tubs. And my 2 other alocasias just in my IKEA cabinet right here. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it up there. Right there. Along with a lot of my other cuttings that I'm just trying to grow out and maybe try to sell and give some to my friends. But yeah, it's already nighttime, so I can't really do any more potting. Yeah, I need to realize that if I need to film YouTube videos, I gotta really do everything at the beginning of the day, not midday, because since the sun goes down so early now. Let's see what else to do today. I think I'm just gonna do one more thing today for plant chores, and I might be done. So I want to add a light in this corner right here. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So this is my little plant corner in my house right here in my living room. So I am wanting to add one more light right here, because you see how dark this area is. I do want to put more plants right there, and I want to get rid of the tetrasperma. It was doing so well, but for some reason it just really started to lose all its leaves on the bottom, so I kind of just cut it. But I kind of want to replace this, like the plants in this area. And on top of the shelf I have an Anthurium vidifolium. So she's just kind of getting light from the the IKEA greenhouse cabinet right here. So I don't think she's getting enough light. I feel like she might do better because she hasn't really produced much leaves for me, or not even any leaves that's like huge. But this is the new leaf that it came out. Super cute. And then right here I just have like a little pot of plants that my friend gave me. I forgot what one of them is called, but this one is a skeleton key. But yeah, I don't have it crawling on anything, so I feel like it's never gonna get that skeleton key look, but maybe one day. But yeah, I feel like these guys definitely could benefit from more lights, and if I add a light right here, I could probably switch up the plants right here. Yeah, and pretty much maybe put some crawling plants, some other crawling plants. But let's see. I did buy this light. So the issue with, I think, the shelf right here that I didn't get a light for a long time is because I wanted a clamp light, but the shelf thickness is actually quite thick. So I have other clamp lights that I have used, like this one for instance, like right here. So I noticed that these little clamps, they're very tight, so they don't open very wide, and I feel like those guys can never clamp onto something that's a little bit thicker. So I went on Amazon and then I found this one, and it's actually pretty bright. Let me bring it over here. And then this is like a, yeah, it's like this type of clamps. So it could definitely fit a lot, something that's a lot thicker. So I'm gonna try this one on that shelf right there. All right, so I set up the light right there. I don't know, it looks kind of funky to me. I feel like it does kind of stand out a lot just because the light is a lot thicker than, like, let's say something that's like this thin, like a tube. This one is definitely very bright and it's a lot wider here, so then it definitely is kind of, I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if I should keep that here. But it is definitely a really bright light, but it is adjustable, so I could definitely turn it down a little bit. And I'm thinking, since these guys are so up high, if I have new plants down here, I feel like it's still not gonna get enough light. So I could probably move the clamp down to this second level and use one light for the plants that's gonna be on the shelf. And then these two will drop lower and hopefully give the bottom plants more light. Oh yeah, another thing, the clamp barely fit over this shelf right here. Literally, it's on the last ring and I don't even have to tighten it. That's how snug of a fit this thing was clamped onto this shelf. Yeah, this shelf is super thick. But it doesn't seem like it's stressing the shelf at all. The light stand, or this light clamp, is actually pretty light. And then I just have it plugged into a socket up there that's connected to my Mills bowl. Okay, so I did move the light down one shelf, so then the light can actually be a little bit lower. And I've just been sitting here kind of looking at it. I guess it's not bad, since right now it's nighttime, so everything's super dark. But the lights usually should go off around like 8 p.m. anyways. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this like this for now, and then, you know, we'll see what happens and see how I feel in the upcoming weeks. But yeah, I do like how there's a light right here. It could kind of really light up the plants on the shelf, and I could maybe add a few more plants right here, maybe just one more plant right there. And then I'm just excited that I could get more light down here, so I can definitely replace that snake plant with something more tropical, and that's something that needs more light. I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. It's already 9 p.m. But, you know, I just want to say thank you guys for joining me while I kind of repotted some of my alocasias. And also, you know, let me know what you guys think about that light clip. But so far, I think it's not bad. I didn't really want to buy something that's going to stick onto the shelf, which I think it will definitely look a lot more eye-pleasing. But I wanted something quick, and then, yeah, I just wanted something quick. All right, so I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye.